With just 1 week to go before Outriders Worldslayer drops for pre-orders, you're running out of time to get ready. So I'm going to keep it simple, with 4 things you need to do. It's time to make a choice. Which build are you going to use for each of your classes? You will only be able to level up the gear to beat the Worldslayer campaign for 1 build per class, with the resources you can take into it. And to be honest, you won't want to once that Apocalypse gear starts dropping, and you realise that all of your current gear is rubbish. There are plenty of resources for finding that perfect build, but one of the things to look out for is how each build will work with the new pack skill trees. But don't worry, I've got your back on this one, as I have covered it in my 3 best builds for each of the classes. I will say that I think that the difficulty curve is a little bit harder in Worldslayer for glass cannon builds, but that is all I can and will say right now. Speaking of resources, now is the time to max out your drop pods. You will need these to level up your gear, every last one of them. You will also need titanium, but that is not going to be an issue, and that's because you are going to scrap everything else in your inventory and your stash. I know, it's tough to do, but given the cost to upgrade gear, you aren't going to use this gear in the future anyway. Now, there is some gear you could hang on to, and it's not legendary gear, even though that is a way to stack up titanium past the cap. Now, I'm talking about green and blue gear that has the right attributes on it for your build, as these are cheap to level up and may help you progress quickly through to higher Apocalypse tiers. There are a few other more general things that you can do between now and launch. Create 2 bank characters for that extra stash space. Grind for any gear you are missing for your build. Level up a new class if you don't have one of each. Complete your mod collection through the Tiago slot machine. Or even crack open a beer and watch the entire Outriders story to get you back up to speed. The final thing to do is to look out for more content on Worldslayer coming from this channel over the next week and on launch day. I will be streaming on June the 28th as soon as the game is playable, so come and join me then.